Tell you, we've got a long way to go on this one because there are so many points at which people are going to disagree. We've already seen conservative Republican organizations stand up and say we don't like this. We've seen the Republican Study Committee say they don't like it. We've seen the Freedom Caucus say they don't like it. So I got to tell you, we've got a long way to go, and it's an open question, really, whether this is going to go forward.
Senator Brown.
Hey, Charles. Yeah, listen, it's great. They don't like it. I don't like it. Everyone doesn't like it. But until they come forward with some positive ideas as to actually how to fix it, how to repeal it, then actually put in something constructive that works not only for the Cadillac plans, but those who just can't afford health insurance, then they got to stop complaining and be part of the solution. I'm tired of the complaining. I'm tired of the negativity. Why don't you, like, knock on the president's door or knock on Doc Barrasso's door and go in and be somebody who's going to be positive and get this thing done? Because otherwise, in 2018, when the next round comes around, we're going to get, be in some real trouble.
Are you suggesting that push come to shove, they'll blink no matter what? I know it's open arms and the party wants everyone to all hands on deck, but ultimately they're going to have to make a decision on this thing. And to your point, I don't think there are going to be a lot of people who won't be happy, period.
Well, listen, politics it's like sausage making. You know how to make a law, or I know how to make a law. Not everybody's going to get everything they want. It's a question of satisfying and addressing a very real problem. As you said, it's a catastrophe. Okay, it's crushing businesses. You have 18 new taxes, $750 billion cut from our seniors' Medicare, and it has to stop because you have a work week that's under 30 hours. Can you imagine, Charles, if you and me could work 30 hours? Boy, what a great work week. But it's killing employers. It's killing individuals. They can't help themselves to fulfill the American dream. And expand businesses. So let's figure it out.
And don't forget, the people who are being hurt aren't just the ones who are on Obamacare. It's also people who own their own business and had to go out into the marketplace and buy in these private marketplaces a policy to cover them. They are paying extraordinary amounts of money for these policies. They've got to be helped.
Tommy, from the patient's point of view, we talk about this often, obviously, from an economic point of view, and obviously they're tied together. A healthy populace should equal a healthier economy. But from the patient's point of view, the folks who didn't have care beforehand, do you think, from what you've heard, that there won't be anyone slipping through the cracks? Because obviously this is going to be a tough transition.
Well, I think that's right. There won't be anyone slipping through the cracks. That's the point of the Republican Replace bill, is to find those folks who might be left behind by the Obamacare disaster and make sure that they've got an opportunity to purchase health insurance on their own with some assistance from the federal government if they fall into that income bracket. The important thing to note about this current Republican replacement draft is that this is in the drafting stage. We haven't been through the committee with this bill. We haven't been to the floor with this bill. This is going to be a long but open process, and conservatives and Republicans and Democrats alike are going to have an opportunity to weigh in here. This is not just being drafted behind closed doors. We're going to have a long process to ensure that nobody's going to be left behind.
Tommy, did we bring back the exchanges? I mean, most of them have collapsed.
No, I don't think we bring back the exchanges. I think we rely on the free market to deliver products for patients and Americans to purchase that suit their family's needs. The problem with Obamacare is that it prescribed every level of health insurance that we'd be able to purchase. The free market does a lot better job providing good products.
And that's one of the things that would frankly change, I believe. You'd be able to do catastrophic plans. There would be more affordability across the board.
Senator Brown?
Charles, you need every tool in the toolbox. You can have faith-based cost-sharing plans. You can have that, as you referenced, the Cadillac plan. If someone wants to keep a good employee there, then give them the best care possible. And also, those subsidized plans are good, too. But the key is competition. It's the free market competition that's going to answer a lot of these questions. And if we put more and more government interference into that process, then we're going to get, as Rand Paul referenced, and I believe it a little bit, is Obamacare light. And I don't think that's appropriate.
Scott, let me ask you about the suitability fund to cover high risk. We know that's an expensive area. How do you put money into a suitability fund? Where does that money come from?
Were you asking me, Charles? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I don't know yet. I don't know what the proposal is going to be, but, you know, there seems to be plenty of money around the federal government, you know, every other time. I'm sure we can address a pay for by taking from Peter and a lot of the fraud, waste, and abuse and a lot of the other things that are there and maybe set up a fund. I'm not sure. I'm going to research it, obviously, and know more tomorrow.
Well, let's face it, we've got those two areas, right? Keeping younger adults up to 26 on their parents and pre-existing conditions.
Yep.
Two expensive areas that are really tough to get around. But our next guest, I want to bring in Republican Congressman Andy Harris because, first of all, he's a physician. He's